Welcome back, and now tune into the other side of sports. I'm your host, Laws in the building. It's me, it's Aaron. We in this joint rocking out. Got a lot of stuff on tap today. Got a question of the day. We're gonna get into it because it's a long one. It's lengthy, so we're gonna get into it off break. All right. Long story short, I met a man for dinner last week. I usually try to FaceTime or even a daytime coffee at Starbucks or Verve Coffee Roasters in West Hollywood when there are a lot of people around for safety reasons. But this time I took one look at his joyful pictures and his jet set lifestyle, if I'm being honest, and I thought, what the hell? What could go wrong? Famous last words. He chose the restaurant. It's a fancy place on Melrose, which is great for people watching. It's one of those places that attracts movie industry types and celebrities. So, of course, they live in California. The online menu does not list prices. If you have to ask, you can't afford it. Well, I could not afford it. The bill came to $600. I fully expected him to pay. He drives a Tesla and wore what appeared to be a custom suit. He probably eats at these places 5 times a week. He was or is a successful, smartly dressed guy with bundles of confidence and smiles. But oh boy, could he eat and drink. He ordered 2 glasses of champagne to start. Then we each had a cocktail, followed by the chef's tasting menu and a bottle of wine that we shared. He's a TV producer and probably earns more money in a month than I earn in a year. The bill came to over $600. I put my credit card down, fully expecting him to throw it back at me, but he didn't. We had a pretty good time, especially given the food, which was excellent, and the copious amounts of alcohol we drank. I'm just out of a long-term relationship. I'm just out of a long-term engagement, which lasted 3 years, and he seemed both interested and frankly taken aback by that. My ex was a narcissist, and I'm better off without him. We ended up splitting the bill. I cannot believe my eyes. I work in PR. I'm 26. I don't even earn 6 figures. I'm still reeling from this. As he chose such an expensive restaurant, shouldn't he have to pay? He texted to make sure I got home okay. What should I do if he wants to meet up and go out again? No, what'd you say, Ern? Date your wage?
Date your wage, though.
It go both ways, huh?
And it's funny because she saw, like she said, she saw the jet set lifestyle.
She good, yeah.
And she wanted
goose,
to be a part of it.
Guy.
It costs. Ain't nothing free in
No.
America.
So this is the thing. So the way she phrased it at first made it seem as though he made her pay for him too.
No, sir.
But in fact, he didn't do that. She put her card out there and they went half. They went Dutch on the demonstration. So he paid for what he ate and she paid for what she drank and ate. So
I don't see a problem.
What's the problem?
And youngins do this all the time.
All the time.
They know they don't want to pay, but they try to get ahead of the internet and say, let me go ahead and put my card out like I want to pay. Or like I'm willing to, but I'm expecting this man to be like, no, I got it. They do it all the time. And it's nothing like seeing their face when you let them put their card down. Excuse me. Or you know what I mean? Or go ahead.
So there's a few things too, because this whole like trying to front for people you don't know, that's problematic too. You couldn't see the prices online because apparently this place is of high caliber where that's not an option, right? But as eventually you're gonna get there, you're gonna find out that this is a 5-6 star restaurant. Like it cost, right? You order something off the menu, you're paying $150 or more for that menu item. You know this now. That's when you have to take it's called humility road, Aaron. The jump always like never traffic on Humility Road, dog, because there's not a lot of Bama's who drive on this road. But it's a time where you gotta just say, you know what? Like, this is a very nice place. And this is just like, this is beyond my means, honestly. And like I can contribute to the dinner, but if I go ahead and like pay for, like it's gonna hurt me. So I'm just gonna get appetizers, or I'm just gonna get, a few drinks, and I'm just gonna chill out. And then he may say, you know what, don't worry about it. Like, I got you. It's straight. I'll cover it. Right. And then you out of the clear. But you try to like put on this front, you put on this mask, you try to be Jim Carrey in 1994, and you just went to the table and try to order and lollygagging, and you assume, and you know the saying when what they say when you assume, you make a out of me and you. So it's just all bad. Sometimes you gotta keep it 100. And if you not like, if you recognize like, look, this joint might be pricey, you getting the verdict back that this joint it's gonna be outside your means, like then maybe you should suggest another place. And if it comes to like going out again, because clearly it sounds like you thirst trapping on the back end. Does it sound like that to you, Aaron, too?
It's trying to get claimed outside of her status. So instead of dealing with the Bama down the street that's making the same amount as her, that'll take her to Applebee's or wherever she can afford to go, she trying to get, saved up out of her lifestyle.
TV currently. Producer.
Right. And that's just, you might not be TV producer material. Cause first of all, any Bama with bread, if it's a joint he really want, it's no way he letting her go half. It's just no way.
That's true.
But if it's a joint you like, she keep pressing me, I'm bored, or the roster looking bare, let me go ahead.
Plus is the thing too. He know that she goosenecking over his suit, the Tesla. She counting his money like it's hers, and it's like, okay, and I'm gonna let you count.
The thing that really tell you that this is not her status or her league. Tesla don't cost that much. It's a regular Joe Blow. It might not be a joint that you can get making $30,000, but a Bama living a regular middle class life. It's a lot of those Bamas driving Teslas. And number two, you can go get a suit for $200 off the rack, get it tailored, and you can't tell the difference between that and the $3,000 suit. So she talking about it looked like he got on a custom suit. You can't really tell if a Bama get it tailored like he's supposed to anyway. So it's just she way out of her league with this joint.
She got on the bus with no money, dog. She went to the casino with no bread, thinking they were just gonna let her play the games for free. That's not how it works.
It ain't how it works. Nothing free.
Nothing is free, dog. Nothing.
But to answer her question, if the Bama call you back or send you the IM or the text and say, hey, let's go out again. Say, hey, I want to go out, but you bust my head last time with the restaurant you chose. Let me choose a place this time. And then he's gonna say, okay, I'm cool with that, or don't worry about it. I got it this time. I just wanted to see if you was going, if that when you threw your card on the table, if it was gonna clear or not, if it's gonna get declined. It's nothing wrong with saying you ain't got it. I know a dude.
There's nothing wrong with it.
It's nothing wrong with it. I know a dude that youngin was trying to get him to take her out to the movies. He told her, I'm about to buy a house. We can't go to the movies. That's $20. Man was like, I just can't do it. There's nothing wrong with it.
No shame in it, dog. It's no shame in just keeping it 100. I mean, 9 times out of 10, people gonna understand your situation, and if he really wants you, none of that's gonna matter, Aaron. Is it? None of that's gonna matter if he really wants you.
Most dudes don't really care about like how much money a youngin make. If he have a certain lifestyle, he expects that any woman that's going to be a part of his life is going to have the same lifestyle. That's just how men think. So it shouldn't be an issue. Just be honest and stop trying to. And maybe you just not that type of girl that's going to end up with somebody that's riding in on a white horse, living in a castle. It's not for everybody. Everybody can't do 360 dunks, though. Everybody not going to the league. You might need to go get you a plumber or a postal worker. There's nothing wrong with it, but just stay within your means and your looks. Because tens not going half on $600 lunches. They just not. Nines even.
Yeah. You're right. Oh, dog. Okay. Robert Griffin was on a broadcast. He said, this man said, he said, jigaboos. He
said
called
now all
everybody who he was referring to all the people who basically doubted what was he talking about?
Jalen Hurts saying he
Jalen
should
Hurts,
be a running back and all this stuff.
Yeah.
He meant naysayers, but the Bama said jigaboos.
And they fried him, dog.
Because he the number one jigaboo. That's why it's hilarious.
He the number one. It's the cat calling the kettle black, dog. This Bama here. So I mean,
the number one way to tell if a dude coonship is overclocked, if he got a weak white joint, that's the overclock coonship, dog. It's no way around it. It's no way around it. If I see a Bama with a white joint, she better be bad. Then it's like, oh, I can see. You know what I mean? If you got a white 5, dog, that's all coonship.
I got 5 on it.
Dog, coonship.
Dog, the thing is, RG3, I feel like he wants. No, wasn't the Bama called him a cornball brother?
Rob Parker.
Rob
Parker
fired
for nothing. He was right the whole time.
He was right the whole time, dog. I mean, RG3, he gonna be fine. You slander black people. That's a racially insensitive term for black people. But so you're not gonna lose your job. Don't worry. So I mean, yeah, that's that.
That word doesn't even like. How is that word in the front of his mind though? Like I haven't even thought or heard the word jigaboo in I don't know how long. Got to be 20 plus years though.
Yeah,
you on national TV and the word that just pop up is jigaboo.
Yeah, that jump. Yeah,
no, he's wild.
He a wild boy, dog. That's a fact. That's a fact. So we got can we talk about the Wizards real quick, man? I'm trying to give Wes Unseld like the benefit of the doubt, but I cannot. The coaching decisions are egregious. Denny Avdia is a mediocre, mid-tier basketball player. Why is he on the floor every night 30 minutes? How is he on the floor 30 minutes and he's averaging under double digits, dog? I don't care about the last 3 games. The Bama is inconsistent. He's not a knockdown shooter. He's not a stopping defender.
He's not even a C defender.
All these Bamas they have him guarding, put him in the mix. They're all averaging 30, dog. Every Bama he's guarded has gotten over 30 points. So I don't know where this narrative that he's this lockdown defender is coming from, because all these Bamas he's checking, all he does is foul and let him score 30 plus. You cannot win when your opponent, don't give me this, well, he's guarding the best players in the league. Dog, they're going for career nights versus this Bama. So I don't know where this lockdown defender narrative is coming from, because it's not real. It's made up. I'm sorry, dog. I have nothing against Denny Avdia other than the fact that he's not capable and he gets all these minutes. That's it. If he cooked, I'd be championing him, dog. He's okay. He's not great. He's not trash. He's okay. But okay doesn't win you basketball games when you need players to be playing. Like, he gets exposed every night. I'm tired of it. And Wes Unseld, dog, these substitutions and stuff you're doing, it's looking real Scott Brooksish. is looking real Scott Brooksish. And you know what we did to Scott Brooks? We got him out of here. Yes, us. Because everybody go, oh, young Scott Brooks. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It took him 5 years to see what we saw in 10 minutes.
Can't coach, never could. You got
Wes,
prime Westbrook, prime Durant on the floor, and he getting credit for coaching.
Yeah, I don't understand what's going on with the team. It's not a lack of talent. You have talent.
More talent than most teams in the NBA. They're losing to teams with less talent than them on a nightly basis now.
You losing the backups. That's unacceptable.
And it's the second year in a row where they start out relatively hot, and then it all implodes within 3 weeks of the season. Not 3 weeks, but like a third of the season. So at some point, it's starting to look like a pattern, and we got to figure out what the hell is going on. Does he have the autonomy to make the substitutions? Or is the general manager in his ear saying, hey, the owner wants us to feature Denny. This is a good marketing ploy, or, you know what I mean? Because it seems like they're more intent. We talked about them trying to build an international United Nations team versus a basketball team. They want to go get guys from here and here and here and put them together and make it seem like it's this thing that it's not. Because you got guys that are capable on the floor. Like you said, there's plenty of talent. Like Jordan Goodwin that they didn't even know they had if it wasn't for injuries. Who on a nightly basis, when he gets an opportunity, he's going out. He's a lockdown defender, but I don't hear that narrative being circulated in the media the way that they slurp up Denny. Jordan Goodwin's probably the best defender on the team. He's under control. He's the best point guard on the team. He's better than Monte Morris. But because they started out with the decision to start Monte Morris, they just stick with these bad decisions versus having updated information and saying, hey, I think we need to go with Jordan Goodwin. This is the starter now.
He looks better than Monte Morris in any point of Monte Morris' career ever. Ever. Though, when we got Monte Morris and we brought him to this team, me and you had a discussion, and we both said, dog, you cannot sell me that this Bama's going to be the guy to help bring your team to the next level when he's averaging 6 points and 4 assists at the point guard position. No way you can convince me that this Bama is going to be the game-changing point guard that you need to help elevate this team to the next level. So all we're saying is what he was and what he is. He does not need to be a starting point guard on a basketball team. Jordan Goodwin, I mean, thanks to health issues that Monte Morris has been dealing with and some of the guards on our team, we're seeing, Jordan Goodwin. Dog, he looks like a viable, contributing NBA point guard for this team. And granted, I don't think they should take the training wheels off and just let him go. I feel like as he's getting his confidence level up, he plays better. He does all the little things. He hits the glass. He defends well against other guards in the league. He defends without fouling, something that Denny does not do. He can score the bucket. He's not thirsting for shots. He's selective of his opportunities where he's aggressive and he goes to the lane. Like, he makes good passes. He gets the star players involved. There was several plays that I saw him just, actively make moves to get Kuzma the ball, to get Porzingis the ball. Like, that's what you want from your point guard. And he can create his own shot if need be, and he can draw fouls. I mean, the dude has been 20 times over what anybody would have expected from him. And at this point, he deserves a contract. And the Monte Morris experiment is over. It's over. I've seen all that I need to see. He's inconsistent shooting. He cannot hit wide open shots. He turns, for the first quarter of the season, he wasn't turning the ball over. So I was like, oh, well, he's not really hurting you, but, he's not really helping you either. Now he's hurting you when he's turning the ball over. And he's thirsting for shots to try to prove that he has value. That's always problematic. When Alabama got to prove that they got value, it's like, come on, man. It's Jonas bad. And I don't want to hear about injuries and, Bradley Beal, your best player is not on this. I don't care. Listen, Aaron, I'm from the old school, bro. And the old school philosophy is it doesn't matter. You get the job done no matter what. I played on basketball teams where we had 4 Bammers on the roster, dog. One Bammer was on the floor. He was a complete liability. So we was playing 4-on-5 in most basketball games. That did not give us any excuse to lose. Didn't matter. Did the Bammer, every time he touched the ball, he was a walking turnover. And D can attack. D not here, but if D was here, he better tell you that's all facts. And do you think I went out on the floor and was like, dog, I mean, yeah, we really don't have we only got 4 Bammers and we up against 5. This Bama turn the ball over and that doesn't matter. You still got the objective in front of you. You got to figure out how to get it done. And it seems that whatever inflated air was in this team, it started to fizzle out of that jump. When you got players like Kuzma putting their foot on the gas and going, balls to the wall, trying to get buckets and doing everything, trying to get everything that they can get every time that they on the floor, giving they all, and then you sabotaging them with these backdoor moves for these Bammers who aren't capable. It's frustrating, Aaron. It's frustrating.
It is. And the thing that's funny is when you sit at the games, you can tell the teammates know. Like the team knows that Denny's getting more minutes and opportunity than he should be with the mistakes that he's constantly making every game, constantly fouling when he doesn't have to, being in the wrong position, doubling when he shouldn't. It's like it's constantly mistakes. It's like teaching moments every game where it's like this team is going out of their way to try to develop him when we've never seen this be the case for the team in the past 10 years. They constantly drafting small forwards and drafting these young guys, and then they never develop them because they're not old enough. They just don't get the minutes. And it just seems strange that they have this guy that seems less talented than a lot of the other guys or less ready, but they're like forcing him onto the floor. And then we've seen certain times where the coach is just like I can't put him on the floor in this clutch situation down the stretch. And you see them bring the game home with other guys, and you wonder whose decision is it as far as the minutes go? Like, is the coach genuinely deciding that he wants to try to force Denny out there, or is that coming from above his head? Because it seems like in certain situations in the clutch, he's pulling him off the floor. And then other games you're seeing him leave him on the floor, and it's cost him at least 4 or 5 games that I've seen, just forcing the fact that let him have those minutes in the fourth quarter. I've seen it at least 4 or 5 times myself this season. And they've only played, 30 games? If maybe not that.
And at this rate, the Wizards are looking like they're not a playoff team. Like they will not sniff the playoffs. We're going to be picking high in the draft again. No, it doesn't even matter where we're picking in the draft, because at the end of the year, they're going to try to win these late games and make this late game run push just only to be picking in Commanders fashion, the bottom of the barrel, 9, 10, 11, 12, which they have no success doing. You got a guy on your roster, he's not even seeing the floor. Johnny Davis is that sorry. You got a new dude that they just plucked off of the go-go and brought him up. That's like 5'9", 5'10", some guard that they brought up. I'm like, why is he getting elevated up? And Johnny Davis, is he really that some trash? So you mean to tell me for this, again, we hear again with the evaluators that don't have the ability to evaluate players and know which guys who going to excel versus who can't bust a grape? Though it's at the point where I'm like,
they got to clear the building. We always talking about Dan and the Commanders. The Wizards have to clear the building. We don't want anybody's son, anybody's nephew from 1978. No, clear the building. Bring in a new GM, let him hire a coach, let him hire his own scouts. They got to clear the building. There's too much nepotism going on. I appreciate that, Abe Poland, when he was the owner, showed love to guys that were, throwbacks on the team and people that were in the community. A lot of black people, I appreciate all of that. But this is not working from a functional basketball standpoint. You got guys like Sam Cassell, and we assume, we thought he was getting a job this time. And there's always something like, why are they keep pivoting away, excuse me, from what seems to be the obvious answer? Why do they pivot away from that? And it seems like a control thing. When you see who the assistant coaches are, talking in the media and stuff. And I'm like, why would the players listen to this guy or that guy? These people they keep putting in the forefront. And it's like, oh, I get it. They hire Wes Unseld Jr. because they know they can control the minutes of the players. They can control his staff, who's the face of, the assistant coaches and who's and what power dynamics going on, and probably got ears in the locker room. So they can control so many things where Sam Cassell would have said, close those doors, shut the hell up, mind your business. I'm going to decide who plays in how many minutes, who's ready. We'll work on the development. And it just seems like that. It just seems like so many politics going on in that building. They're going to have to clear house, I think, because you can't blame Montrezl Harrell no more. Last year it was Montrezl Harrell, and it's always somebody else. And then when they leave, it's the same story.
It's so clear that they're playing politics with this roster. It's so clear. One of the other night, Porzingis probably had a career night. These Bama's lost. You cannot get the output from your star players like you're getting and then catch L's, dog. Anybody on any other team, Bama Durant go for 40, it's a W.
It's a W.
You cannot have Porzingis go for 40 or Kuzma go for 40 and y'all lose, dog. And I don't want to hear about Bradley Beal because when he out there, y'all lose with him too. So it just ain't one player. It's somebody. It's the coach. They don't have. This is one of the coaching, because sometimes you just go on a tangent and we'll just be like complaining about this. The team lacks situational awareness. How about that? Cause Baptist, oh, y'all know what y'all talking about. Y'all just making stuff up. Like, dog, look at the numbers. They lack situational awareness. When they're up in games, right? They take the foot off the gas. The other team makes a run, and then they start jacking threes to try to get back in it. That's not how you get back in the games when you give up leads. You get back and attacking the cup, being aggressive attacking. You get in slowly but surely. You don't get it all back just in. This team is undisciplined. There's games where they have leads, and guess what, Aaron? You know what happened to the lead in the fourth quarter? That don't dissipate into the air. You be like, dog, how these Bama's was up 22, and now they only up 3 versus the Pacers and regular team. Like it, they don't. There's nobody there to be like, hey, timeout. Listen, y'all are getting undisciplined. Y'all jacking shots. Y'all not thinking about the long term. Let's work the ball around. Let's get the ball inside. Let's do this. Let's exploit this weakness.
That's a lack of a point guard as well, because Monte Morris is out there and he barely know what he's doing. Can't guard anybody. Can't lead anybody because it's hard to lead a team when you're not being productive. So if they look at you and like, you a bum, how you going to tell me to do something? And it looks like there's also a disjointed concept of what's going on the floor at any given time. Like you can see Kuzma's like, I'm in a rhythm, I'm trying to do this. And then you see Monte Morris looking him off and going away and he wants to do. It's like they don't even seem to be on the same page. And that starts with coaching. And then goes directly to the point guard, to the rest of the team. And it seems like the fact that the coach doesn't seem to have control of the locker room or what's going on the court, and the point guard doesn't seem to be talented enough to make a difference one way or the other. It's just everybody for himself at that point. Yeah, and the only thing consistent with the team is Porzingis going to get 20. That's the only thing we know. And then he's going to get 4 fouls, probably by the third quarter. Other than that, that's the only thing we know.
That's it. So Brittany Griner is home, Aaron.
For who?
Victor, the merchant of death boat. This Bama might be the most racist Bama. I didn't see why they had him locked up, though. That Bama racist. He went on Russia TV talking about like he Trump.
Oh, I didn't see that.
He OC, dog. He OC. He OC for real.
What was he saying?
Dog, everything Trump say, like the January 6th, he was like basically saying that jump people were being mistreated, that the whites here are being discriminated against, and it's reverse racism in America. All
to
of
team
that.
Up with the MAGAs. Oh yeah,
you already know, dog. That Bama got the mustache to know, tell you who he with, dog.
My
You know who
engineer
he
got
with.
that mustache. He look exactly like the Bama kind.
Dog. Yeah. So, she home. Was it an even trade? Not even close, dog. Not even close. Did Biden have to get her home?
Wasn't it like the day before the runoff in Georgia? I don't know. I'm not really a conspiracy theorist, is it? When it comes to that,
I
I
am.
think I think Biden has done so little for Black people since he got in there. He looking for little crumbs that
Little
he can kind of
trinkets.
hand, yeah, little trinkets basically to be able to say, hey, I did this, I did that. And
Yeah.
anytime you do a white guy does anything for a Black woman, Black straight men can't say anything about it because then we become, self-hate and all this other stuff. So they all aware of that. So they say, let's throw him this little trinket, like you said, and just get out of here. Y'all student loans paid off yet?
Nah, these Bamas
You
is
see his
dirty,
little
dog.
scammer. You know what I mean? So he ain't done nothing he was supposed to do. They
Hey,
said
dog,
this
these
easy. Go
Bamas,
ahead and give him King Von, they version of King Von back, and we're gonna go ahead and get back Brittany Griner. Call it a day.
Dog, they left the other Bama over there.
The
Talking about they
Marine.
gonna exhaust every option to get him back. No, that's done. That's done. That's dead. I just, they wilding, bro. They wilding. I mean, that jump is crazy, bro. It's crazy. Did you watch First Take the other day? I'm sorry. What is the jump with Shannon and Skip? That jump, it's not First Take. It's
Undisputed.
Undisputed. Yeah, they was beefing on the jump.
It's nothing like no matter how liberal a white person pretends to be, if you get them pissed off enough, they gonna default and go right back to where you expect them to be, though. The Bama start taking little personal shots and jabs because he's losing the argument. And when they get frustrated, the job of like managing the things that come out of their mouth or how they acting. Like they'll apologize later, but in the moment you get to see like who they really are. And you could tell Shannon was so disappointed and like blown, and he wanted to kind of knock the Bama out, but with all the cooning he do, right, he's still beholden to the Bama. So it's like he kind of put him between a rock and a hard place, Paul. So it's just, dog, it was tough to watch, but dog, when you sign up for stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Dog, he was attacking the Bama, saying he'll never be anything close to what Tom Brady is. Tom Brady's the GOAT, and that's it. And you're just some guy who played in the league.
What kind of house coon you got to be to where you're not even allowed to criticize his favorite player's performance? Because Brady was trash.
He's been bad this whole year. Yeah.
And you can't even criticize it because the person you want to show with will take you to task personally for criticizing it. That's crazy.
No, but the thing is, Shannon too let him pass. Because he was like, he started to go there. He was like, you haven't even played sports. Like, what are you talking about? He's like, I'm a Hall of Famer. Like, bro, you gotta
you're all right, but you'll never be. And I'm like, you can letting this from a Bama who averaged 1.1 points in high school. You let this Bama talk to you like this?
This Bama got a toupee on half the time. You gonna let him sit up there and slander you on national TV? You from the country.
Put your glasses back on, boy. He might as well have threw the boy in there. Told that Bama to put his glasses back on.
Oh, and that's the thing, too. He was talking greasy because he know at the end of the day, no hands will get put on him.
And then Shannon went right back and worked him the next day.
He apologized offline. I just got a little animated for the cameras.
You already know.
It'll sell. So
don't worry. But if you get OC on camera, apologize on camera. I wouldn't accept the joint. I'm like, nah, you need to do that on camera. You got people already calling me a coon for my Kyrie comments. Then they watching Massa or the overseer do this on national TV. Dog, can't get a break.
Oh, that jump I was like, bro,
You got to punch
Come
him in the
on.
mouth.
Yeah, you just gotta get up out of your seat and just walk over there. He gonna do the rest for you. Cause you know what they going, you know what he gonna do.
Ball up in the fetal position.
Relax. Yeah, he not gonna square up with you. He not gonna square up. So he gonna just fall in the shit. And they be like, yeah, that's right. No, I just can't believe he was talking to Shannon like that. That's supposed to be his man. But he probably just got tired of having to talk about race relations in America every single day and how racism is embedded in every aspect of our society, including sports. In every sport, there's racism in the heart of it. And part of that too, you know, because quiet is kept. Tom Brady, apparently there's a report that came out this week that Tom Brady, when the game plan is finished by Todd Bowles and Byron Leftwich, that the game day or the night before, this Bama tweaked the whole game plan and then present it to the team the next day on game days, and nobody has a clue that he done switched up the game plan.
If this was Kyler Murray or any other person, they would be talking about how terrible he is as a leader, how he's trying to undercut the authority of the coaches and all this other stuff. It would be it don't matter what level player it was. It could be Lamar Jack, anybody. Nobody wouldn't care. But because he's had success previously in his career, it's supposed to exempt him from being a part of the team. If you want to be solo, go play tennis, go play golf. You're part of a team. And then also the way he's undercutting black coaches, offensive coordinator and head coach. It's just, to me, it's ridiculous. And he's not being held accountable, as they never are. It's always different when it's them. So
he might cost Byron Leftwich a job.
Byron's not getting a job anymore, which is unfortunate because they jerked him on the Jacksonville joint last year and gave it to Peterson. And his stock is not hot anymore. It's probably as cold as it's ever been. So it looks like he's about to be quarterback coach or maybe coordinator somewhere else, but he's not getting a head coaching job this offseason.
Sad. On our games for this week, I got it. I still ain't get to the calculations. It was a busy week. I'm gonna go ahead and calculate them up. But for the games this week, so next week I'll have both the totals from last week and this week together. San Francisco, Thursday night, San Francisco 49ers at the Seattle Seahawks. This is the start of the NFL fantasy playoffs for a lot of people all across the nation. So you got San Francisco at Seattle. Seattle is underdogs at home plus 3.5. San Francisco and Birdie Man is who played very well. They said Debo's out for the next 3 weeks or so, potentially. So who you got? San Francisco, they mud hole the Buccaneers, who I just never really thought was that good, to be honest with you. Who you got in this one?
I definitely got the over, but I'm gonna go San Fran.
Yeah, I'm going with San Fran too. All right, we got Indianapolis Colts at the Minnesota Vikings. This is a 1:00 game. What day is this? So this is Saturday. So we got Saturday games this week, Colts at Minnesota. Minnesota's favorite -5. 1:00 on Saturday afternoon.
I'm gonna go Vikings. They should destroy the Colts. The Colts are bad.
I'm going to go with the Indianapolis Colts plus the 5. All right. You got the Baltimore Ravens at the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland 0-2 since Deshaun has come back. And yes, the schedule has been brutal, but it just is what it is. Baltimore Ravens, they won a squeaker versus the Steelers last week. Tyler Huntley got injured in the game. I'm not sure if Lamar Jackson will be available for this one. Cleveland favored -3. Divisional matchup, I'm going with Baltimore.
I'm going to go Cleveland.
Okay. All right. 8:15 game on Saturday is Miami Dolphins at the Buffalo Bills. Miami coming off of a loss to the Chargers. Buffalo is favored -7.5. That's a large spread. Miami. Who you got?
You said the spread is what?
7.5 in favor of Buffalo.
Give me Miami.
I'm going to go with Buffalo minus the 7.5. Atlanta Falcons at the New Orleans Saints. Saints are favored -3.5. Desmond Ridder will be starting quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons. This is a divisional matchup. Who you got?
Falcons.
I'm going with New Orleans. Okay. Then we have the Detroit Lions at the New York Jets. Detroit is favored -1 versus the Jets. Jets are at home. Detroit has been on the run. Who are you going with?
Detroit.
We are unanimous. Going with Detroit as well. All right. Then you have the Kansas City Chiefs at the Houston Texans. Texans are underdogs at home +14. They were underdogs last week. They played the team tough, almost beat the Dallas Cowboys.
Not this week. Give me the Chiefs.
I'm going with the Chiefs as well. Then you have the Philadelphia Eagles at the Chicago Bears. Philly's favored -8.5, but it's in Chicago. Chicago coming off the bye week. I'm going with Philly.
Philly.
It's too hard for me to pick Chicago in this situation. Pittsburgh Steelers at the Carolina Panthers. Panthers are favored -2.5 at home. Wilkes has done a good job with the Carolina Panthers. They've looked competitive out here.
He won't get the job.
He won't get it, even with that.
He won't.
Pittsburgh had to go to Mitchell Trubisky because of injury to what's his name, Aaron? The quarterback for Pittsburgh.
Kenny Pickett.
I don't know if the seriousness of that injury, if it will cost him another week.
I'm still gonna go Steelers.
You're gonna go with the Steelers, and I'm going with the Carolina Panthers. All right. Then we have the Dallas Cowboys at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Cowboys are favored -6. I'm going with the Cowboys -6.
Against who?
The Jaguars.
I like the Cowboys.
Okay. Arizona Cardinals at the Denver Broncos. It is a -1 in favor of Denver. So essentially a pick 'em. I'm going to go with Denver.
Against who?
The Arizona Cardinals. Kyler
Oh,
Murray is
Claude
done for
McCoy.
the
Hell.
season.
Oh, Denver's ass. And so is tough. I'm gonna go Cardinals.
Okay. Going Denver. All right. New England Patriots at the Las Vegas Raiders. New England's favorite -1. I'm going with the Las Vegas Raiders. Oh.
What? I'm going Raiders.
I'm going with. I take that back. I'm going with the New England Patriots. I cannot. What did I say?
Huh?
I'm never. Yeah, I gotta stick with my guns. I'm going with the New England Patriots. Tennessee Titans at the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers are favorite -3. Tennessee laid an egg. I don't. This one's tough, but I'm going to go with the. I'm gonna go with the Chargers in this one, -3.
Chargers.
All right, unanimous. Late game, Cincinnati Bengals at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Cincinnati's favorite, only 3.5 points.
That one got flex. You said late?
Sunday night? No. It's not Sunday night. It's just late window, 4:25.
Give me the Bengals.
I'm going with the Bengals as well. Then we have the late Sunday night game. This is why I was saying it was flex, because this is the real flex game. The New York Giants at the Washington Commanders. Washington is favored minus, get this, Aaron, 4.5 points.
Danny Dime done.
He done.
I've been picking Washington all season.
This is the one you need.
They not 4.5 point favorite.
They not.
And this game is in Washington, right?
It's in Washington.
Prime time.
Which they've done. Hold on. Let's just say this. In recent memory and history, I'll say
Post
this
Kirk
year,
Cousins.
Post Kirk Cousins, they've done really well in prime time, actually. They beat the Eagles in prime time. They had a really good playoff game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in prime time. They've had some pretty good showings in prime time. I mean, I'm not saying it's guaranteed. You still have Taylor Heineke behind center. So, I mean, I don't think they're 4.5 point favorites, but I think that they could end up blowing out the Giants if everything goes right.
Because Daniel Jones is trash, dog.
I'm going to go with
Washington. I'm going to stick to the script. I'm going to go Washington.
I'm going to stick to the script as well. I'm going with the New York Giants to cover. All right. And then Monday night, you have the LA Rams at the Green Bay Packers. Packers are favored -7.5 coming off the bye.
Packers not good enough to be favored like that. Give me the I'm gonna go Rams to cover.
I'm going with the Packers. I'm going with the Packers on this one, -7.5. Okay. And those are our games for the week. Follow us at OSS 980 at Other Side of Sports. Subscribe to the channel. If you have a question that you want us to answer, you can send it to me at OSS 980. We out. Shout out to Wes Buffy. Shout out to Kicking It with G-Man. Shout out to Lance J Radio. Shout out to Jenna Garcia. Shout out to Sports Talk Tasha. And we out.